K monitoring. NG7IL, KD7GR.
Well, good morning, Dave. NG7IL.
Oh, Mr. Gil. Hey, I was curious. Do we have that roster that we built last time for the club meeting?
Yes, I believe I still do. It'll take me a minute to find it, but I can share it on Google Sheets. Is that okay?
That would be awesome. If we can get that out there, I can either print it up or use my phone and just run through the roster that way and then ask for new check-ins.
All right. I need to do a random drawing, and I'm not quite sure how to do it. I was going to try and keep up with you on the check-ins this morning.
I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this would be, and it seems like going through the check-ins without the roster is a very long way to do it. I was hoping to maybe cut down a little bit on the time, but I was going to call out on the call out the roster and just have people respond, and then those who are new or visiting for this week would I would call for their call signs in alphabetical, and then we'd go from there. But however you want to do it, if you want me to go the regular way and just call out and get check-ins, we can go that route.
I'm not sure what's best, and I certainly want to make it easy on you. I think we'll be okay at doing the check-ins by alpha. Yeah, it does take a little bit of time, but it seems to work pretty smoothly.
Okay, we'll go that route. And let's see, random selection. I don't know how you're going to do that either. I was listening for the 5 minutes I was on the air yesterday. I was, listening yesterday. I heard you guys talking about the odds of winning. Have those remained about the same from what you guys were saying? I think it was like 1 in 10 yesterday, or are we still looking at about the same odds?
Well, we've got 3 prizes, and we had a total of 31 players playing cards, or playing the game. So you've got a 1 in 31 chance of having the highest hand, and a 1 in 31 chance of having the lowest hand. And depending on how many check-ins we have today, you have 1 by the number of check-ins to win the random drawing. And as far as the random drawing goes, I figure I would give everybody a virtual lottery, not lottery ticket, but ticket stub, if you will. And, you know, if we started a brand new roll, we'd start at 1 and go through however many we've got. And I was going to use a random number generator off the internet to generate a random number, which would be the same as pulling a ticket out of a hat.
Gotcha. Okay, that sounds good. All right. Well, okay. I guess I'll sit here and wait for the next few minutes, and then we'll get the meeting started at 9 o'clock.
Okay, fine business. So, yeah, seeing how Siva was the only YL dealer, I thought we would take whatever her next card would be, and we would make that the wild card. And then everybody that has that rank of card, that card would be wild in their hand. And it kind of changed things up a little bit. I've got the roster here of who played and what their hands are, and I've actually, you know, made the determinations there, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I heard you say that yesterday, and I thought, ooh, maybe I ought to play. Maybe I ought to jump in and get the next card from Siva, but I opted to not because I didn't have time. I've been extremely busy the past couple of days, but anyway, that's all right. It'll be fun to see how this all shakes out.
Well, and you still got a chance of winning the random prize drawing, and the odds aren't quite as good as the high and low hand. But if you think about it, they're really pretty good. I mean, even a 1 in 100 chance, you know, is a whole lot better than the Powerball lottery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my son used to play with things like that a little bit, and he says for the Powerball on the lottery, you have a better chance of being attacked by a bear and bit by a shark in the same day than you do of winning the Powerball.
Well, that certainly sounds like my luck. Yeah, just kind of keep your heads up. Well, I'll share this information over the radio with everybody. I won't put it out now. I don't want to discourage anybody or whatever from checking in. But yeah, we got some interesting numbers here, and it was a lot of fun to put together.
Well, good. I hope nobody's discouraged from playing, from checking in today. This has been kind of an interesting way of doing things, and I think you know, I'm looking forward to things getting back to more normal. But for now, this is fine, and even if they think they don't have a chance of winning or whatever, this is a fun event. I like these poker runs, and you've added these extra things into it, like the wild card, and I think this is going to shake things up a little bit. This will be real fun.
Oh, the wild card really shook things up, that's for sure. So yeah, it's kind of fun. So anyways, we'll stand by for net, and I'm going to do my best to keep up with you on the logging. You could probably help me by repeating the call sign once you receive it.
Yeah, being net controls all kinds of fun, and the hardest part for me is getting all the call signs written down. Hopefully this will work out. I'm glad to have a little bit of over-the-shoulder working, monitoring, because I know I'm not going to get them all.
Well, and I may miss one as well. So between the two of us, I think we'll nail it down. Mike Wild helped me last time, and he actually put it on a Google sheet, and I'll see if I can find that sheet, and maybe I can duplicate that, or at least probably what I'll do is add this one to it. That would probably be easier. So anyways, I think you'll do great, and looking forward to the net. KD7GR, this is NG7IL.
Alright, Gil. I think we're all going to sit here and wait for the net for the next few minutes. NG7IL, this is KD7GR, and I'm waiting for the net.
KD7GR, this is KD7UD.
KD7UD, KD7GR.
Scott here. Is it appropriate to check in early? I'm not going to be able to make the net. Got grandkids coming over in about 5 minutes.
Sure, we'll check in. KD7UD, and you said Scott?
Yeah, Kilo Golf 7, Uniform Delta. Yeah, I got my poker cards, but I won't be able to play them.
Well, there's a question. Gil's still listening. Is this something that they have to be present to win, Gil?
Yes, I'm pretty sure we put it in the rules. You need to be present at this meeting in order to win with your poker hand, and of course you also need to be present at this meeting to be eligible for the random drawing. But we still encourage people to check in even if they can't maybe stay with the whole net.
Okay, thanks, Gil. So there you go, Scott. We will check you in. If you have a second or two to check back in with the net and see if you won something, maybe grandkids and everybody can gather around the radio and listen. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get you checked in anyway. This is KD7GR monitoring.
KD7GR, AD7GL.
Go ahead, Larry.
Dave, I'm sure you're probably aware of it, but the whole meeting is going to be on YouTube Live again. Val has a link up for that, so anybody that doesn't have a radio or is out of range can monitor on the YouTube Live link off the club website. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I did see something about that, but when the YouTube videoing crews didn't show up to my front door this morning, I figured I was in the clear.
No, I just heard you. You're on there. So anyway, I'll let you stand by for net. Just wanted to get that information to you. Say D7GL.
KD7GL, KD7GR. All right, thanks, guys. We're all monitoring for the net, which should start in about 2 minutes.
AD7GL, NG7IL.
G7IL, go ahead.
Yeah, Larry, will we be able to determine who maybe checked in via some alternate method?
Well, it's going to be on YouTube Live, and if it's like last time, I haven't talked to Tim, but last time then he made it available so you could go back through it or hear it again. And I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing now. Is that what you're asking? Go ahead.
No, if somebody can't check in and they visit via YouTube or something, I guess if we can track that, but I guess not.
cannot, I don't think so, at least to my knowledge it can't, but I could be wrong. Tim might be able to better answer that than me, but I don't know that he can determine who's listening and who isn't. Anyway, sorry about that. AD7GL.
Thanks, Larry. We'll just go with the radio check-ins. NG7IL.
NG7IL, N7DUC.
N7DUC, good morning.
Good morning. You might be able to have them post their call sign if there's the chat enabled on the YouTube stream.
Okay, yeah, we might be a little bit late for that. I appreciate that input, though. Thank you very much.
No problem. N7DUC monitoring.
NG7IL.
L from KE7IET.
Jason, did you need something?
NG7IL from KE7IET.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, so Tim's not doing the YouTube stream this time. I am, and I believe I do have chat enabled. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Right now I'm outside. Unfortunately, I've got two radios monitoring and then the one I'm talking on, so I can keep an eye on the chat and let you know.
Okay, well, you are in and out there, Jason. So anyways, I appreciate that. We need to turn it over to Dave so we can get started. NG7IL.
KE7IET, clear.
Yes, it is 1 minute after the hour, and so we're running super late, guys. Don't worry about it, we're having fun. Okay, this is KD7GR, and I'm calling the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. This is W7SU calling the Ogden Amateur Radio on the Air Club Meeting Net. My name is Dave. I will be your net control operator this morning. This net is open to all licensed amateur radio operators. You do not need to be a member of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club to participate. The purpose of this net is to fulfill the general purpose of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club, which is to provide members an opportunity to meet and discuss topics related to amateur radio, offer instruction and support to individuals interested in the art of amateur radio, advancement of the radio art, community and emergency services, help members stay current on events, products, and issues related to amateur radio, and be a voice on amateur radio issues in the community. This net will stand down immediately for all emergency traffic. Is there any emergency traffic at this time? Nothing. This is a directed net. Please do not transmit until directed to do so. Roll call will be conducted alphabetically in groups based on the first letter of your call sign suffix, which is the first letter in your call sign after the number. When checking in, please give us your call sign slowly and phonetically, your name, and indicate if you are operating as a base, mobile, or portable station. We will call for member stations first, followed by visitors. Okay, starting with the check-ins. Alpha through Delta. Check-ins for Alpha through Delta. Go.
This is Kilo Juliet 7 Delta Alpha Delta. Dave in Pleasant View, and I'm on a base.
I got Kilo Juliet 7 Delta Alpha Delta.
Roger, roger.
Next check-ins, please.
Charlie, Juliet, November, J, Handhill.
Jay, could you please give me the call sign again?
So, Golf 7, Charlie, Juliet, November.
Okay, we got you checked in.
Kilo Golf 7, Bravo India Kilo. Steve, on an HT.
I copy Kilo Golf 7 Bravo India Kilo.
Affirmative.
Got you checked in. Other check-ins, Alpha through Delta. Please check in now.
Bravo 7, Charlie, Bravo, Foxtrot, and this is Beth in Layton, and I'm on a handheld.
Okay, Beth, there was a double real quick there. I got the last part of your call sign, Charlie, Bravo, Foxtrot. What's the first part?
The first part is KB7, Kilo, Bravo 7.
Okay, Beth, we got you checked in. Would the double please come back?
Victor Alpha, Siva, South Ogden, on a handheld.
Okay, Siva, I need the first part of your call sign. I only got the last few.
Whiskey 7, Charlie, Victor Alpha.
Okay, Siva, thank you for checking in. Alpha through Delta.
Bravo 7, Charlie, Juliet, Tango.
Could you give me that call sign again?
Kilo 7, Charlie, Juliet, Tango, Joe, West Haven, handheld.
Okay, thank you, Joe. We got you checked in. Check-ins, Alpha through Delta. Last call for check-ins, Alpha through Delta. Okay, moving on. We need check-ins, Echo through Hotel. Check-ins for Echo through Hotel, please check in now.
Alpha Delta 7, Golf Lima, Larry, base station.
Okay, Larry, thank you for checking in.
Kilo Bravo 7, Foxtrot, Whiskey, Barbara, handheld.
Barbara, thank you for checking in. Other check-ins, Echo through Hotel.
November 7, Echo Golf Alpha, Rick, Mobile.
last part of your call sign again?
Echo, Kilo, Oscar, Kitty 7EKO.
Okay, we got you checked in, KD7EKO.
Kilo Juliet 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray, Mike, base station.
Okay, Mike, can I get the first part of your call sign again?
Kilo Juliet 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray.
Okay, thank you. We got you checked in. Other check-ins, Echo through Hotel.
Kilo Juliet 7, Hotel Foxtrot Alpha, James, transmitting from my base station.
Copy, Kilo Juliet 7, Hotel Foxtrot Alpha, and your name is James.
That's correct.
Other check-ins for Echo through Hotel.
Kilo India 7, Echo X-Ray Lima, Ben, handheld.
Okay, there was a double there. I got part of a call sign, Echo X-Ray Lima. Can you come back, please?
Kilo India 7, Echo X-Ray Lima, Ben, handheld.
Okay, thank you, Ben. We've got you checked in. And would the double please come back?
Kilo 7, Hotel, Charlie Papa, Val, base station.
Okay, Val, we got you checked in. Any other check-ins? Echo through Hotel.
Juliet 7, Hotel Echo Whiskey, Dell, on base station.
Okay, I think I got Kilo Juliet 7 Echo Hotel Whiskey. Is that correct?
If.
Okay, we've got you checked in. Other check-ins, Echo through Hotel. Check myself in. Kilo Delta 7 Golf Romeo. I'm Dave, and I am on my mobile. Let's get check-ins. India through Lima. Check-ins for India through Lima. Please check in now.
November Golf 7, India Lima, Gil, base.
Okay, Gil, we got you checked in, and we had a double. Would the double please come back?
Yeah, Whiskey 0, Kilo Papa, Stan on a handheld. On a handheld, South Ogden.
Okay, we had another double. I got you in there, Stan, and with the double with Stan, please come back.
Kilo Bravo 7, Lima Alpha Kilo, Justin, handheld in South Ogden.
Okay, we got you in, Justin. Any other check-ins? India through Lima, please check in now.
Kilo Alpha 6 Japan, Jim. I'm in the shack.
Whiskey, Jerry on a base.
Okay, we had another double there. I got a Kilo Alpha 6 call. Can you please come back?
Hi, Dave. Kilo Alpha 6 Juliet, KA6J, Jim. And at home.
Okay, Jim, we got you in. And I think it was Jerry that came in on right underneath you.
That's correct. Kilo Golf 7, India Golf Whiskey
On a base.
Okay, we got you checked in, Jerry.
This is Kilo 5, Kilo November Tango, Kent, on a portable.
Okay, Kent, we got you checked in. Any other check-ins? India through Lima.
Kilo Echo 7, India Echo Tango, Jason on a handheld.
Okay, Jason, we've got you checked in. Other check-ins, India through Lima. On, let's go for check-ins. I can't remember what M is for the life of me. M through Papa.
Kilo 7, Mike, Papa Kilo, Sean, Pleasant View, handheld.
Okay. Why couldn't I remember Mike? That kills me. Alright, I got Kilo 7, Mike, Papa Kilo, and you're checked in.
Roger, roger.
Kilo Zulu 7 Oscar, Mike on a handheld.
In North Ogden, and I'm on handheld.
Okay, I got KZ70 Mike, and we had a double. Can you come back with from the double?
Kilo Juliet 7, Mike, Kilo Quebec, and this is Ron in Ogden on a handheld.
Okay, Ron, we got you checked in. Any others, Mike through Papa?
This is Kilo Echo 7, November, Quebec Hotel, Michael, Roy, and I'm on a base.
Okay, thank you, Mike. And I think there was a double underneath of you. Can you come back for the double? Any other check-ins? Mike through Papa.
November 7, Oscar Victor Bravo, Kevin.
Okay, Kevin. What are you using by chance? An HT, mobile, or base?
I'm using an HT.
Perfect, thank you. Any others? Mike through Papa.
Kilo 7 Papa Radio Hotel, Reed on a base station.
Okay, Reed, we got you checked in. Any others? Mike through Papa. Okay, we'll move on. How about Quebec through Tango? Any check-ins, Quebec through Tango?
Kilo Foxtrot 7, Quebec Papa Romeo, John on a handy-talkie.
Okay, I think we got you checked in there, John. Other check-ins, Quebec through Tango.
Yes, Kilo. Luke on a handheld.
Okay, I'm not sure if we had a double or if you're just going in and out on the repeater. Can you give me your call sign again?
Kilo India 7, Sierra Tango Mike, Luke on a handheld.
Okay, I copy Kilo India 7, Sierra Tango Mike.
Roger, roger.
We got you checked in. Any others Quebec through Tango.
November 7, Sierra Foxtrot Yankee.
Okay, I got November 7, Sierra Foxtrot Yankee, and your name and radio you're using.
Ken on an HT.
Perfect, we got you down, Ken. Any other check-ins, Quebec through Tango? Okay, moving on, we'll try uniform through Zulu. Zulu, any check-ins uniform through Zulu? Please check in now.
Kilo India 7, Uniform Foxtrot Romeo, Dano, base.
Okay, we've got you checked in. Other check-ins, uniform through Zulu.
Kilo Foxtrot 7, Whiskey, Juliet Hotel, Jerry with a mobile.
Okay, Jerry, we've got you checked in. More check-ins, uniform through Zulu.
William Baker 6, William George Sierra, Pete, base station in Hooper.
Okay, there was a double, but we got you checked in, Pete, and with the double, please come back.
Kilo Foxtrot 7, Victor Alpha Whiskey, Rick in Pleasant View on a handheld.
Okay, Rick, we got you checked in. Any other check-ins, uniform through Zulu?
Kilo India 7, Uniform Foxtrot November. This is Kenny, HT.
Okay, Kenny, we got you checked in. Any others, uniform through Zulu?
Kilowatt Charlie 7, Uniform Bravo, John and Leighton on a handheld.
Okay, John, can I get your call sign again?
Kilowatt Charlie 7, Uniform Bravo.
Okay, we got you checked in. Any other check-ins, uniform through Zulu?
Kilo India 7,
Bill, on a handheld through a base antenna.
Okay, I think I got, there was a double there, and I think I got Bill. Can I get your call sign?
Kilo 7, Victor India Alpha. Bill on a handheld through a base antenna.
Okay, we got you in, Bill, and can I get the double to come back?
Kilo India 7, Yankee, Zulu uniform. This is Bryce on a base.
Okay, Bryce, we got you in. Any other check-ins, uniform through Zulu?
Kilo Bravo 7, Yankee Alpha Lima, Jared on a portable.
Okay, Jared, we got you checked in. Other check-ins, uniform through Zulu. Okay, I think we made it through the first round. I know there's some people that usually get in just a little bit late. We might have missed you. So I'd like to take late or missed at this time. Alpha through Zulu, please come slowly, phonetically, and tell us what your name is, and if you're on a base or mobile or handheld. Please check in now. Any missed or late that have joined in and have not yet checked into the net.
Whiskey 7, Romeo India Kilo, Rick, base. Sierra, this is Jared. I'm on a handheld with Kilo.
Okay, Okay, we had a triple, and I got W7RIK. I also got someone named Jared. Can I get Jared to come back?
Kilo Foxtrot 7, Quebec, Papa, Sierra. This is Jared on a handheld in Kaysville.
Okay, and can we get the triple to come back on that one?
Kilo Juliet 7, Echo Alpha Yankee, Colleen and Ogden on a handheld.
Okay, thank you, Colleen. We got you checked in. Any others that have not yet checked into the net? Alpha through Zulu, please check in now.
November 7, Delta Uniform Charlie, Andrew in Harrisville on a handheld.
Okay, Andrew, we've got you checked in. Any others that have not yet checked into the net? Okay, this is Kilo Delta 7 Golf Romeo acting as net control for W7SU, the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club meeting net. If at any time you wish to make a comment or ask a question, please wait for a break and announce your call sign only. Net control will then recognize your station. Are there any comments or questions regarding this net at this time? Okay, hearing nothing, we will continue on. I will now turn the net over to our club president. Hey, that's me. My name is Dave, KD7GR, and I have some club business and some announcements and some other amateur radio related information, and we will go from there. So, I'm hoping everybody is doing well. I know that that things have been trying and a little bit troubling at times for all of everything that we do in our everyday lives with this coronavirus thing. But I'm hoping everybody's doing well. And if you need anything, if you find yourself in a situation and you need help with something or you need some supplies, please use the radio, the repeater here for the club, and call out and ask for some help. There's a lot of people in our neighborhoods, a lot of people around that would be more than happy to help out with things that you might have need of. So don't feel despair, don't get into a bad place. There's lots of help to be had, and amateur radio is one great way to reach out and ask for it. We have for our meeting this fine day. We've done our poker run again. This was the brainchild of Gil from last year, and we've mixed it up and we've made some changes, and we had a little bit of fun again this week. And I'm really excited to find out how things turned out. We'll get to Gil in just a few minutes with everything going on. We did this meeting, this remote type meeting last month, and it actually went pretty well. And we had some visitors from the Davis County Club join in, and from my understanding, they did their. I wasn't able to join in, but they did their meeting remotely last week, or yeah, it was last week. So I think this kind of idea is catching on. We see a lot of other clubs around the areas doing the same thing across the country and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe this might be a good way to keep things rolling and keep things moving as we go through this interesting time. I would like to make mention of the nets that we have going on this repeater, or I should say in the club, because the 10-meter net's not on this one. But we have the ham and eggs net, and that's Tuesday evenings at 6:30. I noticed the time change. I'm glad. I was going to suggest that we make a time change because there are a lot of people that check into that net. It's got a lot of good information, and they have a good time talking about things. And if you need some Elmering, this is the place to do it. It's the Ham and Eggs Net, Tuesday evenings on this repeater at 6:30. We also have the CW Net. And the CW Net, I know, is this fun area to start learning some CW. They're actually having some pretty good success. I drop in and listen in, even though I haven't had any time to play with CW yet. I do plan on it at some time in the future, but the CW Net is a good place to exercise those skills and get a little bit of help if you need it, and encouragement for sure. And that's also on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. and it's also on this repeater. There is the 10-meter net, and that's Thursday evenings at 7, I believe, and that's out on 10 meters. You can find out the information for that one and the other nets on the website, the club's website. Now the big announcement that everybody's been waiting for, W7G. At this point, this is the promontory, the Golden Spike event that we usually hold every year up at Golden Spike. We got the information back from the Rangers, and they've said that they don't know really what's going to happen at this point, and I don't think anybody does. There is some talks about loosening some restrictions in May, but we don't know what that means. And we don't want to wait until the last minute to start getting things planned and make sure that everybody's ready to operate for W7G. So what we've decided that we haven't really decided, but what we've been talking about doing is actually operating remotely from our home stations, and that works great and all for those that have HF privileges for generals and extras, but we'll need to figure out something to do for everybody else that would like to operate on HF and haven't had that opportunity. So we will be talking about some options and some things that we can do, and we will bring those up to you in 2 different places. The first place, of course, is to watch the website, the club's website, ogdenarc.org, and the second place would be the Ham and Eggs Net. We will make sure to make those announcements during the Ham and Eggs Net so that everybody knows what's really been planned, what's going on, and what we can do to participate in W7G for the Golden Spike this year. This is KD7GR, president of the Ogden Amateur Radio Club, and I'm just making some announcements for the net. Let's see. I guess we do have a little bit of sad information. I saw this on the website. Jim Allison, W7UR, has become a silent key. I guess K. Hargis, N7KH, reported that he passed away on the 30th of March, 2020. So if you knew Jim, there is no public service, but please feel free to contact his family with well wishes. The last couple of announcements that I have, the Utah Valley Hamfest has been canceled until further notice. I don't know if they're going to plan on doing something later on in the year, but it for now has been canceled. There is a HamCon in Colorado, and it should happen in August. So hopefully by then all of this will be over, and if you guys want to make a road trip to Colorado for the HamCon, well, we could make plans for that. That sounds like a lot of fun. Are there any questions about any of the announcements that have been made so far?
K7VIA.
K7VIA.
Is information on that... Sorry. Is information on that HamCon going to be on the website kind of following through, or that'd be something else if we got a small convoy together. If there were a few people that were going to go, we kind of stayed linked up on that.
Absolutely. We will keep all the information up to date on the website. I know Val's been doing a fabulous job of keeping things up to date on the website. So if we have interest of people that would like to go over to Colorado and participate in this HamCon, we will put that information on the website. We will help make scheduling and other things available for it, and that way we can let everybody know what's going on and keep in touch with that.
All right, that'll be great. Thank you.
Okay, this is KD7GR. Are there any other comments or questions on any of the announcements?
Charlie Juliet November.
Okay, I think I got Kilo Golf 7 Charlie Uniform November.
JNJ. Did we get a count on how many people you have check in this morning?
I haven't yet counted. I've been busy writing and furiously trying to keep track of things. We will have a count of all that have checked in. Gil might have a count at this point. NG7IL, do you have a count on what we have tonight, or to this morning?
Thank you, Dave. This is NG7IL. Yeah, I've been doing my best to log everybody on a spreadsheet here. I do have a count, but I feel that our check-in is incomplete, so I can't announce that count just before we close the net.
Okay. Thank you both for the question and the answer there. And any other questions or comments on the announcements? Okay. Hearing nothing, I do have one question for the group at large. Are there any other announcements for this net? If you have something that you would like to announce, please call your call sign, and I will give you a few minutes here to make an announcement. This is KD7GR opening the net for quick announcements.
KF7QPS.
KF7QPS, go ahead.
My question is, I haven't been going to the general ham class study group that you guys have been going to. Is that still available?
And of course you would pick the one thing I forgot to put in my notes, and I don't know how I forgot to put it in my notes. I've been to every one of them so far. Yes, the general class study group, which is being held on Wednesday nights through the computer on a video conferencing program called Zoom, is continuing and will continue until the test session next month. So we've got, actually I guess it's the month after, and so we've got some time left. We've only gone through a few chapters at this point, and we've got a pretty good group. So yes, if you would like to join us on the general class group on the internet through the video conferencing, that is available, and I believe that is also on the website ogdenarc.org. If not, contact either me or Gil or anybody that you might know that's in the group, and they can get you that information.
Thank you very much, KF7QPS.
Okay, this is KD7GR. Any other announcements or questions? Okay. Also, there's one last thing I'd like to say before I get ready to turn the time over to Gil. Apparently, we've had some issues with people, some kids especially, getting on one of our repeaters and playing around. And they're not licensed, and I would like to suggest that we try and be as diplomatic and nice about things as possible. I'm not sure if we have any of the official monitors or whatever they're calling them these days for the ARRL. I'm not sure if we have any local here. If we do, we could probably get them involved. If we don't, if someone's up for a fox hunt, we can try and track them down. But don't get rude or mean or nasty with them on the web, on the radio. That will just encourage the behavior. But please be nice and remind them that they should get licensed and that we do classes and we have other resources available to help them get licensed, and that we would like to help them become participants in the amateur radio community. I think inviting them in would probably be the best way to handle it, but we don't want to encourage the bad behavior, and I believe that's a lot of the reason why they do these kind of things. But let's try and keep the repeaters open and useful, and if they do get on there and start bugging people or doing things, screwing around, then we can try and figure out who they are and maybe give them a visit at their home. Okay, that's really all I have as far as announcements and things. This is KD7GR, Dave, and I know everybody wants to get to this. I want to get to this. This is what we're all here for, is the poker run, the results of the poker run. So I am going to turn the time over to Gil NG7IL, and we're going to hear about the poker run and do the drawings and have the fun that we're all here to have. This is KD7GR acting as W7SU, the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. And I'm going to turn the time over to Gil for the next few minutes, and we're going to figure this out.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dave. This is Gil, Golf India Lima, NG7IL. I do have a comment for Jared, KF7QPS. Jared, if you got a piece of paper and a pencil handy, you can contact me at ng7il at arrl.net. Send me your name and call sign, and I will be happy to send you a link to the Zoom meeting so that you can join the general study group. We would certainly love to have you. And that's ng7il at arrl.net.
Thank you, Gil. I will do that. KF7QPS.
Okay, moving on. I want to take one more moment and invite any late, missed, or visitors to please check in now. Late, missed, or visitors, call in now.
Kilo Golf 7, Hotel Yankee Uniform, Brad.
I've got you, Brad. Any others?
This is Kilo Echo 7, India Foxtrot, Marion, Far West on a handheld.
Welcome, Marion. Very nice to hear you. But I think I missed a letter in your call sign. One more time.
It is Kilo Echo 7, India Foxtrot Delta.
Okay, I got it that time, Mary, and I missed the delta on the end. I apologize. I should have that ingrained in my memory. Any other late Mr. visitors, please?
This is Kilo Golf 7 Juliet Whiskey Zulu Laren.
KG7JWZ, and it's Laren, is that correct?
That's affirmative.
Thank you and welcome. Any others, late Mr. visitors?
November 7, Juliet Sierra X-Ray, Joel in Roy.
Okay, I'm not typing fast enough here. I got November 7. Give me your information one more time.
November 7, Juliet Sierra X-Ray, Joel in Roy.
Okay, Joels, I have you down, N7JSX. Late Mr. Visitors, call now.
Charlie 7, Quebec, Juliet, Juliet. Try it again. Kilo Charlie 7, Quebec, Juliet, Romeo, Mobile, Paul.
Okay, Paul, I've got you in the log. Next.
Sierra Golf, Don, on a handheld.
Okay, I've got KC7QJR Paul Mobile and N7SSG Don on a handheld. Any others? Call for late Mr. Visitors to the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the air meeting and results of the poker run. Call now.
This is KJ7IIN, Shane in Morgan.
Good morning, Shane. Nice to have you with us. Any others? Hearing none, this is Gil NG7IL for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club Poker Run. Just a couple of things here real quick. We're going to give away a grand prize for the highest hand, and the highest hand will include possibly the use of a wild card. And to determine that wild card, I'd like to go back and thank each and every one of our dealers for their hard work all week, getting the cards out to everybody. First up, we have W0KP Stan. Second, we had Jerry, Kilo Golf 7 India Golf Whiskey. Third, we had Siba, Whiskey 7 CVA. Fourth, we had Justin, KB7 LAK. And lastly, but not least, we had Mike, KJ7 HEX. And as you hear these folks on the air, please thank them for their time and dedication to pulling off this poker run. They did an awesome, awesome job. So what I'd like to do is have Siva, seeing as how she's the prettiest of the group there, announce her next card that she would have drawn off the deck and given to the next caller requesting it, and that rank will be our wild card. W7CVA, are you there with us still?
This is W7CVA. I'm still here. My next card would be, or is, the 4 of Hearts.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Siva. So here's how things are going to work. I'd like to go through and look at the low hand first. Now, the low hand needs to be at least a 5-card hand. If you've got an incomplete hand, that doesn't quite count. It's got to be a complete 5-card hand with no straights, flushes, or pairs. And if you happen to have a 4 in your low hand, it does not count as wild because it would give you a pair with one other card. So no wild card in the low hand. The wild card will come into play on the high hand. And so with that, just a couple of facts. Our dealers dealt 143 cards, so that represents a minimum of 143 contacts. We had 31 unique call signs participating, and we actually ended up with 27 complete 5-card hands. So I'd like to take a minute. Is there anybody that had a particular interesting story or some anxiety on putting their hand together and calling the dealers for a hand that would like to share just a minute and share their story?
K7VIA.
Yeah, Bill, go ahead.
Well, some of you are aware. Oh, gotta keep this button pushed. Had some interesting medical drama, a little more than interesting, around through our house, and kind of kept going on, and so I just procrastinated. My interest was elsewhere, seemed like, but I kept listening and hearing people getting cards and stuff, and so mine all happened on Friday, Saturday, and I did have a lot of anxiety about maybe somebody had run out of cards. I didn't know how many decks they had. I don't know. It just I wanted to participate in this, and I kept coming up to my. I don't know. Maybe a bunch. Maybe I'll have that go through their experience. I managed to get my 5 cards, and I've been real anxious about this. So just kudos to everybody that all the dealers, because that was a job. Appreciate it very much. K7VIA.
Okay, thank you for that, Bill. You may want to check your push-to-talk button. You were in and out of the repeater multiple times there. I don't know if you're moving around with your handheld or what, but you might want to double-check that. And there was somebody else with a comment that was in there with Bill. Go ahead now. Okay, anybody else with a story that they'd like to share for a minute or two in as far as their experience in the poker run?
Golf 7, Charlie, Juliet, November.
Go ahead, Jay.
Not experience on that one, but just so we're aware, as treasurer, I'm going to be sending checks to the winners. Make sure I get the call sign and the last name. And folks, I will be calling you on the phone to verify your address so I can mail the checks. And I'll probably do that within an hour, hopefully within an hour after the club meeting is done. So I'll make sure I have the information, and I will call you. Thank you. Clear.
Okay, Jay, thank you for that. And just to remind everybody, the high hand is good for $50 cash. The low hand is good for $25 cash. And we'll do a random drawing here for all participants here this morning, again for $25 cash. Any other comments or stories related to the poker run somebody'd like to share for a minute or two? Call now.
KF7 QPS.
KF7 QPS, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not a member of the club yet, and I plan on joining, and my friend is. and he got me started on this. And this was a fun way for me to get into this and get back into ham. I looked at my license. I'm almost at 10 years, and I've been gone out for a while, and now I'm back into it. And this was a great way for me to get back in and have some fun.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm trying to remember. I believe it's Jared, if that's, I hope that's right. I'm trying to look back over my notes here quick. But, yeah, what a great story. Thank you so much for sharing that. Any others like to share a quick story about their events of this week as far as the poker run goes? There's a lot of anxiety out there. So let's go first to the low hand. So the lowest possible hand would be a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 7. So, does anybody have a 7 for a high card in their low hand? A 7 has a high card in their low hand. Okay, how about an 8 for a high card in their low hand? An 8. How about a 9 for the highest card in their low hand? A 9. How about a 10 for the highest card in their low hand? A 10.
This is KE7NQH. It says 10 as Jack.
Close, Michael, but not quite. It depends on what game you're playing. No, a 10 is not a Jack. But if Jack is the highest card that you have in your low hand, is that what you're saying?
That is correct.
Does anybody else have a Jack as the highest card in their low hand without a pair or a straight or a flush?
KF7VAW has a Jack in my high as my low hand.
Okay, KF7VAW. Okay. Do you have all 5 cards, Rick?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I've missed one of your cards. Can you tell me what your cards are?
Sure, we got 5 of clubs, 3 of diamonds, 7 of hearts, 4 of hearts, and a Jack of spades. Assuming I'm doing this correctly.
No, I think you did it right. So somehow I missed a 7 of hearts to you. And okay, I think I see what happened. Clearly they got your, they copied your call sign incorrectly, so that's what happened. So we're okay. All right, so we've got Rick with a Jack high, and we have Michael with a Jack high. So, Michael, what is your lowest card in your hand? Lowest card in your hand?
KG7IGW.
Card is 2.
Okay, Michael has a 2 as the lowest card. Go ahead with a comment, Jerry.
I believe Rick had a 4. Isn't 4 the wild card?
Rick does have a 4. It is a wild card, but it doesn't count in the low hand because it would give him a pair.
Okay, I thought that the wild card automatically made a pair of something and therefore was disqualifying for the low hand, but I stand corrected. Thanks, KG7IGW.
The 4 in Rick's hand stands on its own as a 4, so it's not necessarily wild. Rick, KF7VAW, what's the lowest card in your hand?
Diamonds.
Okay, so Rick, KF7VAW, has a 3, let's see here. Oh, I've got something mixed up here. Oh, I see what I did. Okay, he's got a 3 through a jack as a low hand. 3 through jack as a low hand. And Michael has a 2 through a jack as a low hand. So I believe the 2 through jack is the lowest hand. Does everybody agree?
NG7IL.
Go ahead, Larry.
I'm sorry, I was looking at FT8. I think I have the low hand because my highest is a 9 of clubs. Go ahead.
Okay, you don't have a queen of clubs in there somewhere from Justin?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm counting just 4 cards, and that makes sense. Go ahead.
No worries, I'm just trying to make sure I've got this right. So it looks like it was run off between Michael and Rick, and I think Michael won with a 2 through a jack, and Rick had a 3 through a jack. So our low card winner, or low hand winner, would be KE7NQH, Michael.
AG7HYU with a comment real quick for Gil.
HYU, go ahead.
To pick the lowest card, or the lowest hand, you would then actually, instead of going to the lowest card in the total 5, you would go to the next high card. So you start with the highest card, being the jack, then you go to the next high card to find who the lowest hand would be.
Okay, so we've got jacks in both hands. I'm just trying to look over my notes here. It's not very easy. So Michael's next highest hand, or next highest card I show is a 9, and Rick's next highest card would be a 7. Okay, interesting. All right, I see a 2 through jack versus 3 through jack, but you've got a point. Any comments?
WB6WGS, go with the way you started, Gil. Don't get confused.
Okay, the original call then would have been 2 on the low as the lowest card, and the 2 hands that are similar are as a 2 through jack through 3 through jack. So the 2 through jack would be the low hand. Is that what you're saying, Pete?
Yes, you've got this going, and that's the way you determined it. There could be many variations. Just stick with what you started with.
Okay, do we have a second?
KJ7HF base second. To play poker correctly, you would start with the highest one if you're playing a low hand, and then work down. However you choose to do it is up to you, but if you want to play the correct version of poker, that's how you would do it.
WB6WGS, we've had a second.
Okay, I appreciate everybody's comments, and I'll take it upon myself for the mistake there. I think we need to go with the group, and I will try and correct that for next time. And I apologize for that, but this is, I think this is what we've got. NG7IL.
Got.
Okay, going with my original way of looking at it, and I may have looked at it incorrectly, and I own that, and I don't have a problem with that. But we're going to officially call the low hand a 2 through jack versus a 3 through jack. So the 2 through jack low hand would be Michael, KE7NQH. Jay?
CJN here. I do, and I'm looking at the roster, the club roster, and I'm not picking them up.
Okay, we can address that after the net, if that's all right.
Give me a name.
Michael Taylor, KE7NQH. He's our vice president.
Got him, thanks.
87GR.
Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, just out of curiosity, I decided to drop in and look at what's called low ball poker, which is playing the low hand, and it says that 8-5-4-3 ace would defeat 8-5-4-3-2, and that makes sense because it's the the spread, the low card to the low card. So it has a couple of different variations, and I think your variation is acceptable. I'd have to read it farther, but there is a Wikipedia page called Low Ball Poker that we could use for further light and knowledge on this topic for next year. 7GR.
Okay, fair enough. And like I say, go ahead and flame me. I've given my email address. It's available on ARRL. The whole point of this was to have fun, and I certainly don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So moving on with this, I want to move on to the high hand, and there were several pretty good hands. There were a lot of pairs. We had a pair of queens, a pair of aces, a pair of 9s, 10s, 7s. We had 3 5s, 3 6s, which is a really good hand. So without a wild card, it looks like the 3 of a kind 3 6s would have been the high hand. The wild card, though, throws a wrench in the whole thing, and unless I've calculated this wrong, does anybody have a hand better than 4 5s? I show 4 5s.
Okay, 6J.
Go ahead, Jim.
Just making sure I got it right. I've got 2 jacks and a 4 that I drew. And then with the 4 wild card, does that make 3 or 4 jacks?
I show that you have a pair of jacks with a 4, so the 4 would give you 3 jacks.
That's all, gotcha.
So the 4 is wild in your hand. So the 4 that Siva drew made your 4 wild. Anybody have better than 4 5s? Okay, the station with 4 5s. Do you want to respond?
Yeah, this is KE7IET. I think that's me. I've got 3 5s and a 4, so I think that makes 4 5s. Go ahead.
That's what I show. I show KE7IET, Jason Miles, with a 5 of hearts, a 7 of diamonds, a 5 of diamonds, a 5 of spades, and a 4 of diamonds, which is now wild, which would be a 5, which gives him 4 5s. So our high hand would be Jason Miles, KE7IET, with 4 5s. This is NG7IL for comment. Fine business. I do have everything on a Google spreadsheet, and it can certainly be reviewed by anybody. I will turn this over to Val so he can see kind of what we've done. or so that you can see kind of what we've done and how we came to the conclusions that we did. At this time, I'm showing 3 through 55 as far as check-ins. Let me get a total count here. I hope this will work. Okay, I show a total count of 53 check-ins, including our net control, 53 check-ins. So stand by here and we will determine the random drawing. The random drawing will be based on those 53 check-ins, and I'm actually using numbergenerator.org on the internet to determine the random number for our check-in and the winner of the drawing. And I've got a number here. It is 33. And I need to count here. Stand by.
7SHA.
Go ahead, Alan.
Got me on that check-in list?
Did you check in?
Did.
Do not have you. Interesting. Yeah, I do not have you on the list, Alan.
That's fine. In 7SHA.
KG7HEX. Have you on the list. Were you in the original group, or did you check in late and I missed you?
Late.
K7HEX.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think I heard the end of Alan's call come in. It was one of the triples we had that came in on the late, so I think that's where maybe the confusion was.
Okay, so let me, I got 3 through 55. Let me count the check-ins one more time here. A total of 54 check-ins, 54 total check-ins. So let me go back and run the random number generator again. Okay. It comes back as a 4, which would be KG7UD. Scott, are you with us? KG7UD, this is NG7IL. Are you with us, Scott?
AD7GR.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
Scott actually checked in before the net and said that he wouldn't be coming for the net. So I count number 4 as being a different person. But I don't know what you want to do. Run the random again and go for it, or just moving on. I don't know.
Well, he did check in, and the rules are you needed to be present in order to win, and it doesn't look like he's available now, so that makes him not present. So let's pull another one. Is that acceptable to you, Dave?
Yeah, sure. I was just saying, you know, if we're going in order of check-in, he checked in before the net, so he would have actually been the first check-in instead of number 4. I'm not sure how you got him as number 4. But that's okay. Let's just run it again since he's not here, and do it like any other drawing when someone isn't present. Just rerun it and go for the next one.
Okay, just to clarify, the number 4 is not the number on the check-in. I've actually got you as the first check-in as number 3. as net control and him as number 4, which was the second check-in. It's because I've got some information above that on my spreadsheet. And like I say, I'll make this available to Val so people can see it on the spreadsheet. Sorry, Dave, I doubled with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. Like I said, moving on. Just let's. I'm in the drawing for this one, so I want to see what goes on. KD7GR clear.
Okay, Dave. So I ran the generator again. Scott was not available, so I come up with the number 12, which is line 12 on my spreadsheet, which is KB7FWW, Barbara.
This is KB7FWW, Barbara, and hey, I like that number.
Okay, fine business, Barbara. So there we've got the 3 winners. Jason, KE7IET, as the high hand winner, and Michael, KE7NQH, as our low hand, and Barbara, KB7FWW, as our drawing winners. Any questions or comments?
Second that of all 3, and I will call all 3 in a few minutes when we close and verify the addresses. Over.
Okay, Jay, I appreciate that. And again, I want to thank all the dealers who participated, and I want to thank all the players that participated. We reached our goal by looking at 143 cards. That means that there were 143 contacts on the repeater. And as we heard, we've got some people more interested in exercising their license privileges now as a result of this. And that really is the whole goal. So the prizes are a bonus on top, and I apologize if I ran it a little bit differently than maybe others would have liked. I would certainly welcome input to make this better next time. So with that, this is NG7IL, and I'll turn it back over to Dave, our club president, KD7GR.
Okay, thank you, Gil. I didn't win. I thought I paid you that money and I was supposed to win. Anyway, thanks, Gil. Thanks for running the poker run. Thank you to the dealers for handing out the cards and being available. I know that takes up some time. Like I said, this week I really didn't have much time. Or I would have participated. I was there were 3 days there in this week that I didn't leave the house. I had some emergencies at work, and we had to get things fixed, and so I was on the computer till late into the night, at least a couple of nights, and took up a lot of time. This is KD7GR, Dave, acting as net control, W7SU, for the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, and I think that was great, it's time to close the net. Is there any other business or announcements for the net? Please call your call sign, and we'll take you one at a time for any other business or announcements for the net. Hearing anything? We already did a late missed or visitor check-in just before we did the drawings. Just to check to make sure, are there any other people listening that have not checked in to this net today? Please check in now. Okay, good. Looks like we got everybody. And as Gil mentioned, the total count is 54. We had 54 people show up for this meeting on the repeater today, and that's right around what we normally have show up for a regular club meeting. So this has been a success, if you ask me. Thank you for participating in the Ogden Amateur Radio Club on the Air Club Meeting Net. We will now return the repeater back to normal amateur use. 73 from W7SU and from KD7GR acting as W7SU. Thank you guys and have a wonderful day. KD7GR clear.
NG7IL WB6 WGS.